So this is S&P 500. Let's start with a weekly chart, and we'll work our way down. Get rid of all my little drawings. All right, so we can say we came up to this major level. We did break out on RSI, so it makes sense that we had this big rally, right? But now we're coming up to that VIP level. This is a big resistance. This is one of the biggest resistance. And you can see last time in 2020, when we came up to that level, we rejected and had a hard pullback. This is a big pullback. I'm expecting something similar. If we head lower on like a daily chart, and I bring back all my drawings, you can see we had this big uptrend channel, and we basically completed what I considered a 5-wave pattern. And you can see we hit my target, which I laid out back here. I laid out this target of 4,300 area, and we hit it, and then we reversed. This was my entire like short zone. That's why I have it all in red, and I was adding shorts in this area. You know, if we are topping out here, and this is the top of this bear market rally, then it would make sense for market makers to want to have maximum volatility here to be able to distribute all of their positions that they bought down here, right? So this was the big accumulation zone down here, and now we're in distribution. And this could last, you know, if this keeps going on, we'll get outside the channel, and then this is the safest shorting zone right over here once we're outside the channel. Inside this channel up here, I do admit I'm a bit early. But that's also why my size isn't too big. But I had some clear signals of breakdown on lower time frames that I thought made sense to take it. If I go to a 12-hour, you'll see what I'm talking about a bit here. So let me just adjust this. So even just recently, right? So if that goes there, you can see we broke down basically. But that doesn't mean price is going to break down because we're still in this green area. So again, a bit early. But we had a 789 come in on the 12-hour, which is usually a good indication of a top. And you can see on that 9, we totally reversed. But we're still in that trend channel, right? So I need to see a breakdown on the other side of the trend channel, very close, preferably a retag. It might not happen. You might just have to enter here. But that's why you can always enter with like half size, 25%. And then when it retags, you enter with the rest of the position. That's something that can work. And then we should head down, you know, to these lows in this area, the monthly supply area right here. You can see big, massive support. 4,100 to 4,150 area would be my big target. There's basically nothing but open air right straight down because the market just shot straight up. And it would make sense to just roll over and head right back down. There's nothing really supporting this the market until we get to here. And then there's huge support, right? We've got the 50 moving average on the 12-hour, that is. And we've got this trend heuristic, which I use to kind of determine trend. And it often acts as a major support in the market. And it tracks based on the daily chart. It's not the 12-hour. So it would make sense to pause here and then play around in this level. Probably just come straight down, then bounce around until we finally head lower, likely. That's what I'm expecting. Stranger things have happened, but that's what I'm currently expecting. But of course, you know, once we get down here, we can see how it develops and then see where we'll go from there. You can only predict so far into the future. It's kind of like predicting the weather. I feel like the closer you get to the current time, the easier it is to predict. But the farther out you try to predict, the less chance you have of getting it right. So on Tesla, I feel like you get a better indication of what's happening. Like I feel like this is really breaking down. I mean, we did have a fake out outside the channel before. Maybe I didn't even draw this perfectly, but now it looks like it's trying to really break out of the channel. I mean, it's possible that the channel should be perhaps like this, and then we're still inside the channel if that's the case. But this is a big short signal for me. This 7, 8, and 9, and this breakdown on this 4-hour. Where we're on the other side of the trend line. That's a big reason I took the short up here, is because this is my setup. The only thing that we didn't have was the breakdown from the channel. But the RSI breakdown was there.
Do that W though, on your RSI. That RSI to me looks dangerous.
Yeah, I know I would rather short right here with like a 5-point stop, and then my risk reward is like 50 to 1, and take that shot. I want to take that shot versus. I almost feel like it's riskier if I wait for this to roll over, and I get my confirmation, but then the price is down here. Yeah. It's at 850, which is then at a support of the 50 and this. So then and if I took the short here, right? I take the short, then I got to set my stop all the way up here, and I've got a massive. Then I can only do maybe a 2 to 1.
Yeah.
And I can't take as much size. While here, I can take huge size, and all I got to do is not get stopped out, and I can make insane profits.
All you got to do is not get stopped out. Wow, that's kind of cool. Is there can you guarantee that?
No.
actually, I've been talking to the good people on the site a lot about this recently. This is the difference between information risk and price risk. And that's perfectly fine. Exactly what you're saying. You're saying, hey, I can come in and short right up against these highs. Yeah, I don't have enough information for me to feel comfortable, but because I'm getting such a great price, I'm going to get paid ridiculous amounts of money if I'm right. And frankly speaking, I like that thinking. It's higher anxiety.
For me, it's lower anxiety because I know that because it's only 5 points to my stop, I'm not going to lose much money. It's like a $250 loss. But the potential profit, if I don't get stopped out, if we go to my target, is like $10,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, I'm already on this trade, to be honest. So the stop, if I would have gotten stopped out, the loss was like $250. Now I'm up $1,300.
Yeah.
Okay. So and meanwhile, if I enter down here after the confirmation, if it does reverse and it doesn't work and the market plays some kind of trick, even though there's a confirmation, I'm gonna to put on the same size I put on now. I would lose like $5,000 if I got stopped out, or $3,000. That creates more anxiety.
I'm not saying one approach is right or wronger than the other. There are pros and cons to both. But I think new people to trading. The reason why we teach you, wait for location, wait for indicator confirmation, wait for M's or W's price structure, is to try and relieve the anxiety. You have more information that validates that, okay, the odds of me making money shorting this go up. Like I could see an M coming in here on a break of this trend line, but my rule is I actually have to see an M come in completely on the other side of the trend line. This is really, we're dissecting what a trader's life is all about. You have to sort of identify what type of personality you are, and then what kind of, do you go with the information risk model or do you go with the price risk model? And, no doubt about it, when we did our personality test, Julie and I are very, very different personalities. And that's fine. It's just the way the world works. But what is really interesting, like this is cool, right? I mean, please don't be offended. But if I understand correctly, your personality type came back that you're like James Bond, right?
Yes.
And this is total James Bond, right? James Bond's walking along the tightrope and right up against the stop, right? And he's putting that trade on, and he's jumping off of helicopters and the whole damn thing, right? Perfect. It makes perfect sense. And of course, James Bond gets all the hot chicks. Brian, he'll do his 2 to 1s. He'll be a profitable trader. But the chicks are going to be like, man, you know what? I want to date with James. And that makes perfect sense.